Social Zoom Factor, episode 238.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Are you ready to make your dream of owning and launching a business a reality? Our partner HostGator has everything you need to make that dream come to life online. Zoom your business turbo by visiting socialzoomfactor.com/zoom and save 50% on your hosting package. Again, that's socialzoomfactor.com/zoom. Save 50% now. Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today we're going to talk about a pretty simple topic, and this will be a bit shorter of a podcast. I am going to answer one of the number one questions I get all the time, which is, Pam, how do I find the time to do social media and implement social media into my business in a way that's actually going to give a return? Because I'll tell you, there is not one customer that we have in our agency, and we service solopreneurs all the way up to enterprise Fortune 10 brands. There has never been anybody that has come to me and said, hey, Pam, I have so much money and so much time. I don't know what to do with it. So I think I'm going to give you my credit card and you can just charge it whatever you want, right? There's nobody that has the time or the money or the resource or the mind share to really drive and implement social media. It takes effort. So today I am going to share with you 4 really simple ways. You don't even have to be technical to start doing these, okay? But even if you are technical, these are things you need to do. If you feel that you are never having enough time and you are losing your life, you're not enjoying your why of business, these 4 things are going to help you hopefully get a hold and get some of that time back. Get a hold of your strategy. Get a hold of where you're wasting your time. And before we head into these 4 things, I want to tell you that we have the Social Profit Factor Training Academy, which we have launched. You can go to socialprofitfactor.com and use the coupon code ZOOM and you will save some moolah. But that academy gives you the blueprint to develop your social media strategy and plan. Help you build out your personal brand, your audience first marketing strategy, your content strategy, plus master all of the top social networks. But it is a platform that is crawl, walk, run. We are going to teach you and help you with that roadmap, not just throw 100 videos at the wall and say, hey, or go at it. So I encourage you to check that out. If you're feeling overwhelmed as you head into the next quarter or the new year, you need to get your ducks in a row. You need to set some goals, okay? You need to know where you're going to focus. I promise we can help you. We designed that academy and are building out the community for people like you. So how are you going to save time? Let's talk about number one thing. First thing you need to do is take a look at the list that you have of all of the things you're working on, okay? So you may be one of those people that has a really good to-do list because you like crossing things off the list. And sometimes with the customers we work with, you're actually the hardest one. You're the hardest nut to crack because you enjoy that list. Now, the next thing I would ask you is that list filled with random acts of marketing? Okay. Are there a lot of things on that list that could really just go away? Are those things on the list helping you get to your big goals, to the why of you're doing this in the first place, right? Don't get so busy building your dream life that you forget to live the life you have right now. And the same thing goes for business. You've got to stay focused on your why. Taking an afternoon, taking a weekend off to unplug can do wonders for your business, okay? And wonders for your mind and your soul. So I want you to take a look at that to-do list and I want you to start crossing things off. Okay. Before we add anything else onto it, because chances are you're already maxed out. You don't have room to go add more things to your list, right? You're having a hard enough time getting done what you need to get done in the first place. So adding more social media to it, more content creation, more digital and branding isn't going to solve your problem. It's going to actually make it worse. And the only way you're going to carve out time is our second tip, which is to know how much time you have, right? And start managing your time. And we do a lot of teaching and training across the globe. And we're working right now with L'Oreal and Redken and training all of their salons and stylists. And I always ask them, because they don't have time, right? When you think about a salon owner, a spa owner, and a stylist, they're like cutting hair, doing things all day. And I say, how much time do you have to spend on social media? And 99% of them will say none, or like 5 minutes. And then my next question is, okay, how much time are you spending looking at your competitors online? Right? Oh, well, I do that every day. Or how much time are you spending, looking at your neighbors, or, doing nothing on social media? Well, I spend a lot of time doing that. So same thing for you. I want you to think about the time that you're spending online. And maybe the first step you could do is just to analyze for a few days or for a week how you're spending the time. Okay. And there are some great resources and tools where you can actually track the different apps and different software applications you're using on your desktop computer. I'll link to those in the show notes page for this episode, which will be socialzoomfactor.com/238, because this is episode 238. But you need to assess where you're spending your time, and then you need to set time aside. So even if it's only 10 minutes a day, if it's an hour a day, if you're building out your strategy, you need to allocate and be realistic of how much time you have to put into your strategy, how much time you have for execution. Same thing goes for money, right? You need to know the time you have so you can use it most efficiently. That's what's going to save you time and help you get things done. Okay. So I encourage you also to download our time worksheet. Go to socialzoomfactor.com/time. And I have just a quick little one pager that'll help you, and you can print it off and then, reprint copies every week. And it'll help you set aside time every day for how much time you're going to use of your day for your social, your digital, your branding strategies and execution. And this is very helpful if you have a team that is supporting you, maybe a partner, a manager, a CEO, whoever that may be, and you're trying to help them manage their time. That worksheet can be very helpful. And it also has a column for, what are the objectives you have for that time? What are you wanting to accomplish in that time? You should never sit down on Facebook and just, unless you're planning it, to just, hey, I'm going to cruise Facebook, right? I'm just going to scroll in my news feed. If you're strapped for time, there's probably a lot better things you could be doing with that time. Okay. So number one, get that to-do list out, start crossing things off. Number two is manage your time. Number three is quit chasing shiny objects. Okay. So I know there's always a new tool, always a new technology, a new app. Something is always launching. I don't want you chasing a shiny object unless you have time allocated on your worksheet to do that. Okay. There's nothing wrong with chasing shiny objects. Okay. We all get excited over geeky things, right? I do too. And I set a certain amount of my week aside to do that. There's certain days and certain hours of the day that I will do that. But if it's a week that I don't have time for that, if I'm traveling or we're doing a bunch of events or projects for clients, it would be wrong for me to go spend all day on a social shiny object that launches unless it's something I really need to know. Right? I'm not going to reprioritize my whole day for that unless it's absolutely necessary. And I'm definitely not going to be moving any client deliverables to do that, right? That's why you have got to stay focused on the things that are most important to your business, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But the social shiny objects, you need to make sure that you are prioritizing the ones you're chasing and that you are thinking DNA first, not necessarily tools and technology. And that's why we use that post-Forrester methodology, which frames our social media plan. And it is people, objectives, strategy, and tactics. So first we look at our audience, then we look at our objectives, then we look at the strategy, which is really how do we want the relationship with that audience to change? And last, we look at the tools and technology, right? So you shouldn't be selecting tools and technology until you know why you need those, right? It's DNA before tools, which leads us to the last one, which is you need to have a plan, right? You need to know where you're going and why. And you need a strategy, you need plan, and you need tactics, right? You need to know what are you doing and why, where are you going, how are you going to get there, what are your goals, what are your objectives, and you need to get very, very focused on those goals and objectives. And I think I love this time of year because I love planning as we head into the new year. And as we kick off the fourth quarter for most organizations, we have a good 3 months that we can plan and get ready for the new year. We don't have to wait until the last minute. So we're closing up the year, really making sure we have a strong end to the year. And then as we head into the new year, we can really be ready just to completely rock some amazing results. So you won't be able to do that unless you're setting time aside to do this correctly, unless you have the right things on your list, unless you're not chasing shiny objects, unless you're managing your time and you have a strategy and you have a plan and you have goals. And then you are very, very focused on your audience. And as in case you're just jumping into this episode and maybe you haven't listened to some of my past episodes, this is episode 238. So I have 237 episodes that can help you. The last 2 episodes that we did right before this, we really dove into audience marketing. So knowing who your audience is, knowing who is that ideal dream customer you have, and having an audience first marketing strategy is going to help streamline everything you're doing. So I want you to make sure that you're focused on your goals and the objectives of your business, and that those are focused with an audience-based approach as a top priority. All right. And then, you probably thought you were going to hear some things like, okay, these tools and that tool, and here's how you're going to automate. Yes, those things are going to save you time as well. However, I promise you, if you were attracted to this podcast because you don't have time to do social media, the 4 things I gave you today on this podcast are going to help you more than a tool is going to help you. You got to get yourself organized. Okay. And I'm saying that in the most loving, helpful way. So thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to make this efficient so you can get on and get to your list, cross those things off the list, download the worksheet for time management, socialzoomfactor.com/time, and start setting those goals and objectives. And while you're at it, go check out socialprofitfactor.com. And we would love to have you with us in the academy and really get you going for the new year. Thanks so much for your time. Make an amazing day. That's a wrap. Do you have a big dream to launch your business online, but stuck with how to get started? The social and digital web today can be overwhelming, even to the most seasoned business and marketing leaders. Well, regardless of your experience, have no fear. Our partner HostGator can help you not only secure your business domain, help you set up hosting, but they can also help you get started with your first website, e-commerce site, blog, SEO services, and more. Their cloud and other services scale with you as your business grows, from shared VPS to dedicated servers. We host all of our sites on HostGator, and I love that their support is available 24/7, 365 days of the year via chat, phone, and email. Get started today and save 50% by visiting socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom. Again, that is socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for an immediate 50% savings now.
If you're ready to Zoom your business and Zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.